I've lived for over 17 years. I'm here tonight in my capacity as Vice President for Development of Front Properties. As you know, we're the developer who submitted a proposal to you in November to create a neighborhood at the City Farm. Over the last month, we've come to realize we've placed council in an unenviable position by submitting a proposal we did not ask for. We also realize that the future use of City Farm for any purpose is of great interest to the many citizens of Newport News, as City Farm is a great asset whose future use should be carefully considered. We'd like to begin to speak to the citizens tonight, as well as you, and clarify a few aspects of our proposal. There appear to be copies of an older plan developed years ago by someone else that shows high-rise apartments and condominiums. Our proposal includes no condominiums or apartments, but only single-family residences in a non-gated community. We believe that significant access to the water by the public and views of it are critical to the success of any neighborhood. As part of that philosophy, we propose a strip of land averaging 100 feet or more width along the waterfront of both Deep Creek and the Warwick River to be retained for public use. The strip is not just a 100-foot wide strip of barren area. The cornerstone of the public access in our plan is the creation of a pedestrian promenade along the southeast corner that we call the Battery. The Battery, after the public space by the same name in Charleston, South Carolina. It would be a public gathering spot with an adjacent park with a path along the river that connects it to the existing pier and trail at Riverview Farm Park. We would like to see public access to the small beach if that turns out to be council's desire. But we believe that there's value in leaving the beach and surrounding marsh and wetlands in its natural state as a habitat for wildlife. On-street parking throughout the neighborhood would be made available to the public. Additionally, we propose creation of a public parking lot down near the existing pier. The city would retain ownership of the strip along the waterfront to ensure perpetual access and control of the city. However, the amenities within it would be constructed and maintained by the developers so as not to place a fiscal burden on the city. Our proposed plan leaves in place the valuable amenities.
We've heard a lot tonight. There have been very eloquent speakers before this august group. I am blown away by how impressive. I'm now the 20th speaker speaking against development. I respectfully submit that I do honor your thoughtfulness. I've been to East Beach. It is very pretty. It replaced a blighted area. What you're proposing is going to replace pristine land that is one of the few remaining coastline areas of Newport News that is not developed. This resembles the way this was created. It is gloriously beautiful. We should not develop this.
Here, here.
Green is a beautiful color. Cement and asphalt can in no way replace the beauty of this area. It should not be developed. Tonight, I call upon City Council to make and pass a resolution that will preserve this area as a public park, not a developed area. And I say this from my heart in the most strongest possible terms. I urge you to preserve this beautiful treasure that we will lose if it's developed. Thank you. And
Color of the revolution. Their speak against the development of Riverview Farms Park. My understanding that there's some of you that want this to happen quite badly. We are prepared to do anything and last as long as we need to last to prevent that. I have coached cross-country runners for over 30 years. Mr. Burry, you're a runner, is that correct? Okay, good. None of my runners want that land to disappear, I guarantee you that. They want to run in grass and trails and natural areas. And they want to be able to see the water. I've hosted cross-country events at Riverview Farms Park. I have a great deal of concern about the fact that the city manager and city council met behind closed doors with the developer in regards to placing 205 half-billion-dollar houses on the aforementioned parcel. That action has completely eroded my trust in those who govern the city of Newport News. Clearly states in the master plan for the city that this land is to be retained as a parkland. In pursuit of developing the land with high-end homes, you have violated the terms of the city's framework for the future. You have drawn a line in the sand on a beach which you do not own. You're daring us to cross it, so we will. Some excerpt from the job description for the city manager's position for the city of Newport News clearly state what his relationships to the citizens and organizations of this city are to be, and he seems to be clearly in violation of those relationships. It's supposed to be cooperative and openly communicative, and that has not taken place. To the council, what do you hope to gain from putting 205 homes that are worth $500,000 on that property? What can you possibly give us in return for that 58 acres of parkland that we're going to lose? There's nothing. You can't give us anything that's going to replace that land. We have well over 1,500 signatures online on the petition opposing the development of Riverview Farms Park. How many do you have? Do you have any? G, Mayor McKinley, Mayor Price?
Listen to you, sir.
Okay. Are there any signatures in favor of the development? I don't think there are. I protested development 30 years ago, and along with a lot of other people here, and we prevented some things that were going to happen. And we will continue to do that in the best interest of the citizens and the city. I know my time is up. I've asked one more thing.
Thank you, sir.
If you really believe what you want to do, go before the kids and tell them that that's what you want.
Adrian Woodcock.